Hello everyone. This presentation is an attempt to discuss with you the setting up of a world-class education technology accelerator, which is known as EduGuild. To begin with, why is attention being paid to EdTech? One is that EdTech is a perennial, universal, global requirement, and there are three problem statements which have been evaluated by stakeholders. One is about accessibility of the learning and development content, where resources are either inaccessible or they are extremely unaffordable. Second is that the quality of learning and development through EdTech has still not reached world standards. And the third is that how do you measure the impact of the solutions being deployed, and that is predominantly based on the employability quotient. So EdTech is and will always remain in attention because of the accessibility, quality and employability challenges which are faced by the learners. From the potential of the strategy on why is there interest in EdTech, technology can potentially change the face of learning in any domain, whether it is K-12, UG, PG, or in corporate learning and development, student acquisition spaces. And number of entrepreneurs venturing into EdTech space have increased, but still we have not seen a lot of innovative ecosystem development in the Indian subcontinent, so to say. Our desire is to be the first and foremost education technology accelerator in the Asian region to give a 16 to 20 weeks extensive program, which is more focused on making companies revenue ready and eventually get them funded for expansion and diversification. So our vision statement is to catalyze learning and development through technology for future generations, and this will be achieved by providing the right impetus to startups who are venturing into this space. It can be traditional education or elements of peripheral EdTech solutions in scholarships, student acquisition, corporate learnings, amongst others. But the vision is to ensure that the accelerator brings out education technology companies which create globally scalable solutions and eventually meet the eyes of the investors. At a glance, EduGuild will be backed by universities which have more than 3 decades of experience. That's the first in the Asian region. And it will create a world-class panel of mentors and advisors. Along with that, to put skin in the game, $25,000 will be invested in every company at a seed stage, along with the 16 weeks potentially an in-residence mentorship program where space will be provided free if needed. And EduGuild will do 2 batches a year and not more than 10 companies in a particular year. The unique proposition stems from experience in education management for the last 3 decades and a strong knowledge about the regulatory framework, opportunities and challenges. The first office application and the early revenues are assured because of the industry backing and strong industry connect and reputable venture capitalists and angel investors who will be associated with the organization. The strategy hinges on 4 foundations. One is the startup itself, where the founder and the solution has to be meeting the interest level of the community at large. An institutional partner, which is one individual from the industry who gets sweat equity for handholding the organization. World-class mentors, and eventually venture capitalist partners or seed investors who will be able to fund the organization's expansion and diversification. From a startup's perspective, we are looking at people with 5 to 15 years of corporate experience who've completed fundamental research and either have a prototype or are looking for a product market fit. Potentially ideation based companies will not be accelerated, they are more ready for incubation. And the acceleration program will strive to take the company forward in terms of making them revenue ready. The mentors will be business specialists and subject matter experts in all the domains starting from product, technology, business, investor relations, PR, design, and go-to-market and investor relations strategy. The venture partners will be individuals who are thought leaders in the education technology space, and they will be given sweat equity to help the startup scale up further. And institutional partners will be organizations like Pearson, Cambridge, Sage, Upgrad, and companies who have made education successful in the world to support the companies at large. The accelerator is being set up in Pune, which is the education hub of India, and all around the world, whatever new happens in education starts from Pune and then proliferates to rest of the country. The innovation will be fostered by selecting globally scalable technology-led education solutions, right from K-12 to education commerce. Technologies of the future like augmented reality, cognitive interventions, artificial intelligence, robotics, and 3D authoring, to name a few. The innovation will lie in the acceleration program construct itself, where right from solution development to PR and publicity, each and every element of the acceleration will be covered. The top 10-20 innovation-led companies in EdTech will be made partners to EduGuild, like Cambridge University Press, Tata ClassEd, Cisco, LearnStart, Sun & Sands in Japan, to name a few, so that the companies can benefit from global reach. From a potential improvement perspective, there are two elements which are critical. One is removing barriers to value creation, where we would prefer the high potential founders who are looking at entrepreneurship to consider EdTech as a very, very formidable place to start their ventures. We will also lobby with regulators to make the education sector more liberal to attract investments. Technology resources are costly in the country and they have to be made more affordable. And educational institutes have a resistance to adopt new solutions, so getting beta testing done in education institutes has to be facilitated. From the strategy of people, architecture, routines and cultures, there are specific impetus in terms of retention, in terms of incentives given to high performing mentors and advisors. The routines to be laid down in a way where the impact of acceleration should be measurable, and the cultural autonomy to not be confused with the culture of liberty. The ideal state is an impactful and a measurable acceleration program which has multi-level selection process, seed investment, a boot camp for commercialization of solutions based upon customization of the acceleration program, tactical events supported by EduGuild where exclusive access to people can be given to these startups, and the 20-week program culminating into a measurable impact of scalability in terms of revenue and reputation along with the investment which the company attracts. Thank you very much.